things are improving. I think in Europe, in Africa, and also in Asia. Now China, also now more flexible. Okay. But there's no point to return to China. I prefer India. Best place.
So there you heard the first reaction of Dalai Lama amid the Tawang face-off. Let me bring in my colleague Abhishek Jha, who is joining us on the broadcast. Abhishek, first give us better context of where this comment was made and how should we see it?
So we know that Tawang is religiously very important place for Tibetan Buddhism, and Dalai Lama being living in a self-exiled state in Himachal, Tawang has even more significance because this is the only Buddhist monastery which is of repute and being revered outside People's Republic of China's control. That is regarded as a seat of Dalai Lama. And if ever any next Dalai Lama will be ordained by the Dalai Lama, who is the current Dalai Lama, then it could be very well outside China. So this is the religious conflict that China has with Dalai Lama's statement. And amidst this whole controversy and the conflict that we are witnessing at LSE for Tawang, Dalai Lama's statement is very important, that he clearly feels happy and safe in India, and he likes to very much live in India. And as long as he is there, Tawang is always going to be a matter of faith for Tibetan Buddhism, and it's always going to be a matter of concern for Chinese expansionist policy.
Okay, Abhishek, I'll just request you to stay on with us. Our colleague and senior editor, Pallavi Ghosh, is also now back with us. Pallavi, I want to talk to you about the political war of words that still continues. The Congress has wanted a discussion as far as Tawang is concerned. The BJP has been saying, first you heard from the Raksha Mantri, now even a message from the Prime Minister has been said. So why do you now really need a discussion if things have already been made clear?
Yes, but I don't think that's going to put an end to the politics, because clearly in the last week of the parliament session, the Congress has decided to up its ante, and not just the Congress, the entire opposition. We saw them walk out from the Rajya Sabha amidst a decision by the chairperson on why a discussion cannot be allowed on the China issue. The government's plea has been simple, that this has got to do with national security, and whatever facts which could have been given and were available, and the assurance certainly came in with the defense minister's remark. Also, both the speaker and the chairperson feel that as per the rules of the House, there is no need to issue a clarification or seek a clarification on the defense minister's comment. Of course, this has been rejected by the opposition, because they point out when Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister, despite the fact that there was a Chinese incursion, there was a debate and discussion which happens inside the parliament. These are elected representatives of the people, so they have every right to know the entire facts and also ask counter questions of the government. As I said, in the last week, multiple adjournment notices, a denial by and a refusal by the government to discuss this issue, but the politics over it is certainly not going to be ending.
Pallavi, the other aspect which has been picked up by the BJP, of course, is in the targeting Rahul Gandhi in specific, saying go back to 2019. We know who was whining and dining with the Chinese, and now his recent comment where the BJP is saying that you were hurting and insulting our armed forces. How is the Congress reacting to that criticism?
So the Congress response to that is, as it has been, that these are diversionary tactics. We are talking about the president. Why shouldn't the government answer the president? And in fact, just a short while back, there was a tweet which had been put out by Jairam Ramesh that let's not get selective with facts. Every time you want to blame Jawaharlal Nehru for what happened in India's policy vis-a-vis China, let's also go back to those historians and those comments of 1942 when 1962 when the war was won. So why is no credit being given to the Congress party for that? So, that's really the response coming in from the Congress party, that Rahul Gandhi asks tough questions of the BJP, and when they don't want to respond to it, they retaliate by coming out with wrong facts and also personal attack on Rahul Gandhi.
Pallavi, lastly, before I let you go, considering the fact there has been no discussion so far, how is the Congress planning to continue to hold on to the momentum?
Well, inside Parliament, certainly this is an issue they're going to keep raising daily, with those multiple adjournment notices to mount pressure on the government. Outside, of course, we are going to be seeing their press conferences. Rahul Gandhi at his press conferences will keep on raising this point that when it comes to acknowledging the truth and facing the reality, the BJP dodges it. Also, let's not forget important elections coming up in the northeastern region, Tripura, Meghalaya, where the Prime Minister was. So I'm sure the Congress, when it begins its campaign in those areas, will also make the point that how vulnerable is our northeast because of its proximity to China, and a government which turns a blind eye cannot really protect the people of these sensitive states.
Okay, Pallavi, we leave the conversation